I think when I was younger, I thought I'd be more organized than I am now. And I think that's just because when you're little, you don't really understand. So you think it's very easy to get your life sorted.
Oh, yeah.
So I think at this point in time, I probably thought I'd like be living by myself. I'd probably be doing whatever career it is that I wanted to do at that time, which wouldn't even be remotely what I'm doing now. It'd probably be something like photography or something.
I wanted to be a painter. I remember that specifically. I always wanted to be a painter. Everybody wanted to be a veterinarian, but I always wanted to be a painter because it just brings me joy. So I guess I wanted to, just enjoy life. Because when you're younger, you don't really think about anything specific because it, like, adulthood doesn't hit you as much. But in my teens, I was like, I couldn't wait to be 18.
I think my plan at the minute is to try and move to London, but get a job in London first in the industry that I'm looking to get a job in, which is publishing. And I think that's pretty much my only goal at the minute.
Well, I'm trying to figure it out, but I'm thinking about doing maybe some work with NGOs, not political or governmental institutions per se, but more in a charity-wise social service type stuff. But for now, I just need to gather money, obviously, because you can't do anything without money. So that's the goal.
I guess I'm more worried that I will be miserable, which sounds very negative, but I think it's very easy to find yourself doing something that you don't want to do. But I also understand that not everyone can choose to do like the stuff that they love initially, but I think it's finding that balance, and I'm really scared of being stuck in a job that I hate, or like being cut off from my friends. I think that's like a big fear of mine.
I don't know, it's just frustrating because, I feel like I didn't get to enjoy any of the good stuff because my parents always said university is going to be the best like years of your life, but I was constantly worried about like money because, yeah, fair enough, it's all fun and games, but how do I pay rent? It's not as pretty as it seems because it's very economically strained, and I think that's what bothers me the most is that we are taking away our happiness per se because of money, because we are always worrying so much about that we don't get to actually enjoy anything, and that's why we need to plan for the future so much as well. Because, like, for example, now what bothers me is that I didn't get to have any experience. So like I did a full like course of education. I have a degree basically at this point, but I don't have any experience, and just because of that I might not get hired into something that will provide enough. And that bothered me so much because, like, it's complicated to do both because people don't think it's that hard to do a degree, but it is mentally straining. So I feel like that bothers me, and that worries me for the future as well because I feel like experience would be, especially in my like area, it's very required. Society also already makes you stressed in general about what you should be doing and how you should figure stuff out, and you just don't know how to get there because you know what the goal is, but nobody's telling you how to actually achieve it because they're like, yeah, like meditate and do this, and it's all very nice and put it there, but it's not that simple, and people make it seem that it's so simple that it's frustrating because if it's so simple for them, why is it so difficult to you?
Yeah, my kind of dreams are changing and things, so I'm not really sure what it is that I'm like aiming for now, because I think all I kind of want is to just be happy, which seems very like simple, but I don't know whether I'd be happy as an actress or if I'd be happy working in publishing, and I guess I just won't know until I try it. So I think it's just figuring that out.
To be happy, one of my biggest dreams is always to provide for my parents as well, just because I feel like they always did the most for me. Yeah, he just they did so much for me to like be here right now that I just want to give it back.
Yeah, no, for sure. I definitely think that this is definitely what other people are thinking about, whether they're also like my age or even a little older, a little younger. But definitely. I think there's just a lot of pressure, and whether it's from yourself or from others, from your friends, your family, but I'm like, yeah, I know that my friends are also worried about the same things, but I think now as well, with just everything going wrong in the world consecutively, because obviously things have been wrong in the world for as long as we can remember, but now that everything seems to be just crashing down at one point, I think it's even harder, especially for young people, because I think the older people probably have settled a little bit more.
Some people at the moment are very sure of what they want to do, and fair enough. Sometimes I do really impulsively think I'm doing the right thing, I'm doing this, and I'm really sure of myself, but then you question everything, and I feel like that's just part of life, you know, the crisis.